the new pretty faces that I see, welcome. My name is Antilik Black. My nickname is Princess, and I'm the salon coordinator at Lou Walker Senior Center. And today we're going to do a lesson about head wraps. And we're going to start off with the bow wrap. This one is one that to some people is easy, and to some people they got to keep practicing it to make sure that they can get it really good. And remember, ladies, the more you practice, the better you get. So first thing you want to do is, because my hair is down, some of my wraps will look different because my hair is down, and then some of them will look different when you wrap your hair up. So we're going to read over some instructions about the bow wrap. Tie your hair into a top knot, and that's basically a ponytail on the top or a bun on the top. This look works best if you tie your hair in a top knot, because the wrap needs to be tied tightly, and loose hair will not fit well under the wrap. You do not need to do anything if your hair is already short. So for instance, if you have a short haircut or a short afro, all you have to do is just do the wrap. You don't have to do anything to your hair. Versus me, because my hair is down, I would have to put my hair up, okay? You can use a rectangular shaped scarf head wrap, but hold on, where it is, that other information. Okay, I see there. You can use a rectangular head scarf. Put the center of the wrap at the back of your head. The two ends should be extended past your face. The wrap should cover the entire back of your head. Tie the wrap into a knot. Use the two ends to tie the knot. The knot should be tied just above the center of your hairline. Once you have tied the knot, pull the ends to make sure it is secure. Turn the ends into a bow flap, basically exactly like how you would tie your shoe. And at this point, the end should be hanging down on either side of the knot. Fold the fabric until you create an oversized bow with a bow flap on each side. Once you are satisfied with the bow, tuck the ends into the bow flap to complete the look. Now that sounds like a whole lot of directions, ladies, but it's very, very easy. So we're gonna go step by step on what to do. So everybody put your screens on mute so that we can hear. And then we're gonna get a rectangular scarf. Now remember, ladies, you can do this bow wrap with a rectangular scarf or with a square scarf. If you do it with the square scarf, you would have to turn the square into a triangle to do the particular style that we're trying to do. But right now, the best way to do this is with a rectangular scarf. And I have a rectangular scarf here. You know what? I think I want to change. I want to use this one. Okay, so we're going to learn several ways how to do the bow wrap, ladies. So this is the instructions, but we're going to change it up a little bit. But I still wanted you to have some information to know how to do this, okay? So the first thing you want to do is take your wrap and put it in the back of your head. Now, keep in mind, in my instructions, it said the best way to do this is to have your hair pulled up into a ponytail or a top knot. But because my hair is down, I'm just going to do the exact same style, but with my hair down. I'm just going to pull it back, okay? So we can still see how to do this particular style. You want to put the wrap behind your head, and you want to make sure that the ends are extended forward. So everybody should be at this point. And what you want to do is tie a knot, really simple, right at the hairline of your hair, not too tight, but just like that, ladies. You want to just tie a regular knot, and then you want to do it one more time. Tie the knot again, just like that. So now you have the back of your hair covered, and we tied the knot in the front. And then from this point, ladies, very easy. Just like how you would tie your shoes, you would make two bow flaps. And basically, you just put it in a bow. So you hold in one end of it and you wrap the other end, sticking it through the hole to create a bow. And that's all I did. Just made a bow. Oh, wait a minute. My bow got too loose. Hold on, ladies. Here we go. Okay, so we just want to make a bow. And once you have made that bow, you're going to still have those little flaps hanging down in the front right there. So you see my bow? I've created a bow just like how you would do if you tied your shoes. So I just created a little bow. Now here's where it gets different. You can twist, because you see my wrap have these little fringes on the ends. So what I'm going to do is just twist these little ends, and I'm going to go to the top and stick it down into there, just like that. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm going to twist it, and I'm just going to stick it down into the top. So it hides the ends of the bow. So now you're just left with your bow. And what you want to do, ladies, is just open it up. That's it. And you've created a bow wrap. And now what I like to do is I like my bow to be to the side. And because you don't want to tie it tight, ladies, all I have to do is just turn it to the side like that. And look at what you have, this beautiful bow wrap. Let me see, ladies. Oh, good job. That looks nice. Very good, ladies. Very good. So that is how you do the bow wrap. Now that we have that, I want to show you how to do the flower wrap. And it's the exact same thing that we just did. We made the bow, but now what you're going to do is take the flaps of your bow and you want to open them as wide as you can get them. So I'm going inside of my scarf and I'm just spreading that bow as big as I can get it. See? Big as I can get it on that side, and I'm going to go in on this side and open those flaps up as big as you can get it, right? And then the next thing you want to do, really simple, ladies, take one side of your bow and tuck it into the other side. And that's all you're going to do. And then the same thing at the bottom. You got to make sure that you open them up big enough to reach so that you can tuck them inside of each other. And then it'll create a very pretty flower. So what I'm doing here is tucking the tip of one end of the bow in and then tuck the other tip of the bow in. And look, you have a flower. Cute, right? I like this one. And it's really easy. So you basically create the hair bow, the actually bow, and then you open up the flaps and you tuck them into each other. Oh, Miss Cynthia, yes, ma'am. That looks great. That looks great. And that's exactly how you do it. So we just learned two wrap styles in one. Two wrap styles in one, ladies. So that is the bow and the flower. We're gonna go to our next one. Oh, ladies, I also wanted to show you here on these pictures, all these different types of ways you can do a bow. Here is the instructions for the first one that we did on this picture here, but you can also do a bow like this one that I did, and also this. And this is my beautiful daughter. She likes to wear head wraps also. She's wearing a bow wrap here, and you can also do it here where you can leave like the front of the hair out so it looks more like a headband bow. And also here, this lady, she made her bow really, really big in the front and in the top. So these are different looks of how the bow African wrap can look. So these are just different ways that it can look. And I picked these pictures because I wanted you all to see that depending on the material that you use, your bow will look different each time, okay? So that was our bow wrap. The next thing we're gonna learn is the sophisticated knot and the twisted headband. Ladies, it's just very easy. It sounds like a lot, but it's really easy. So you see these steps right here where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are literally the easy steps to the twisted and the sophisticated knots. The directions are step 1, fold the head wrap in half so that it's lowered at the nape of your neck and covering your ears. Step 2, pull the fabric towards the front and tie into a loose double knot 4 times. Step 3, tuck the ends of the knot into the side or top of your wrap. Step 4, position your wrap so that it sits comfortably. Okay, ladies, lots of directions, but very easy. So what you're gonna do is we're gonna take down our bow. See how easy that was? All I did was loosen it. All I did was loosen it. So with this one, it's the exact same procedure. You wanna start from the back, just like we did. And you wanna tie, you wanna make sure that you have your material to be even as you can. And we're gonna tie a knot, and what we're doing right now, ladies, is called the sophisticated knot. So once you tie a tie, all you do is tie it like 4 more times. So that's 1. And you see how I'm leaving a little bit, just a little bit of space in between, just like on this picture number 5 right here. You see how she's tying her knots, but she has a little bit of space in between each one. So that's 1, and that's 2, that's 3, and 1 more, 4. So all I did, ladies, was just tie 4 knots and left a little bit of space. See how my finger can go through each one? I just left a little bit of space in between each one. And it's very simple from this point, ladies. Look, all you do is lift it back. And if you have excess material on the end, I'm just twisting it and tucking it. And look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And this is how it looks in the back. And again, ladies, keep in mind, I'm doing these with my actual hair out. So sometimes if you want to, you can wrap your hair and so that all of your hair is covered, or you can leave your hair down if you wanted to. And so from this point, this is just one way to do this. From this point, ladies, watch this. You take it down, and this time, instead of flipping it backwards, flip it forward. You twist in, and you tuck under the bottom this time, instead of on the top. And look, creates a whole new headband style. I like this one, ladies. I like this one. As you can see here on our pictures, that's me. That's one of the times that I've worn this style. And this is another way that you can do this. And also right here, I've worn this style before. And so basically it's really, really easy. It's just a headband. Ladies, whenever you have the top out or your bottom out, they're considered like headband wraps because it's basically just designed the exactly same way as a headband. So that was, you can wear the sophisticated knots going back and you tuck it into the top part, or going forward and you tuck it under the bottom. And that's another way to do, that's 2 ways to do a sophisticated knot. And so now, ladies, we're gonna do the twisted headband. And guess what? It's the exact same process. So we're gonna loose to this point right here. Same exact thing. And the only difference is, instead of it being knots, we're going to create some twists. So you're just twisting it around. That's it. You're just twisting it into one twist. And so you should look like this. Twist it into one twist. And this time, ladies, the same exact process. You can take it back and tuck it in the top part. And I'm gonna turn around so you can see that. All I did was take it back and tucked it into the top. And it's the exact same idea as the sophisticated knots. You can take it back, or you can twist it and bring it to the front. And then you tuck it at the bottom. And now it looks like this. So it's the exact same concept. I like this one too. It's the exact same concept, ladies, but it's just positioning the wrap to make it look like a different style. Also, ladies, from this point, still having it wrapped, what you can do is take it around and create a base like that and tuck it at the bottom. And you have a whole new hairstyle. Look at that. A whole new head wrap style. I said hairstyle. You can tell I'm a cosmetologist, always talking about hair. And so, ladies, look how many styles we are able to do with just this one design, multiple styles. And also, ladies, you can also, at this point, it's already twisted. You can just wrap it around and create your top knot. Look at that. Quick and easy. I got little fringes on mine. You have to tuck them in. Okay, look at that. Quick and easy. So we've done the sophisticated knots. We've done the twisted headband. And we've done the twisted top knot. And we've also done the wrap over top knot. All 4 different styles in this same one position. And ladies, you see how I'm able to transition from one style to the other style? It's very easy. All you have to do is know the different transitions. All you have to do is be able to switch up how you design each style. And there's so many ways that you can do each style, ladies. So keep in mind that just because it is the head wrap or the sophisticated knot, you can do so many different designs with just that one positioning of that particular head wrap style. Okay, so we just did a whole lot of them just in that, with just that one style. Our next wrap is called the crown. Now for this one, ladies, I'm gonna have to wrap my hair up, because with the crown, you always want the front of your hair to be flat. And this is the one that we just did just now, ladies. If you see this picture here, that's the one that we just did when we wrapped it around and tuck it on the side. But for the crown, I'm gonna have to wrap my hair up, because the crown looks better when all of your hair is wrapped up, ladies. And so the best shape of scarf to use is the rectangular scarf. You want to use the rectangular scarf for the crown because you need a lot of material so that the crown can reach from one side of your hair to the other side of your head, okay? So that's why we want to use a rectangular shaped scarf. Use a rectangular shaped head wrap and center it on your forehead. Tie the 2 long ends in the back. Bring the ends forward over your left shoulder. Tightly twist the ends together. Continue to twist as you wrap around the crown of your head. Tuck the ends in the back under the beginning portion of the twist. I know it may sound like a lot, very easy though, okay? So this time I'm gonna use a scarf that's longer, and I have a rectangular, oh, my scarf have these little fringes on the end, but I have a rectangular scarf, and this one is a 22 by 72, which means it's 22 inches wide and 72 inches long. So it's a pretty big, long wrap. So the first thing you want to do for this particular hairstyle, you have to have your real hair completely wrapped up. And so what I'm going to do is tuck mine under this scarf that I have, stocking cap that I have. I'm going to tuck this under here and tuck my other side under. Usually, ladies, I would wrap my hair. I would not tuck it, but just for time's sake, I'm just going to tuck it under. But I would usually wrap it. And this is to protect your hair and to keep your hair from rubbing against the scarf whenever you're wrapping your hair. You want to make sure that you have something on your hair protecting it from the scarf, so you don't want to have any snags, okay? So the next thing we're gonna do is get a rectangular shaped scarf, ladies. Remember, you have to have a rectangular shaped scarf for this one because you want to have enough material. So you want to, as best as you can, get to the middle of that scarf and put it directly on the forehead, just like that, directly on the forehead. And once you centered it on your forehead, you know how you just gather your hair to make a ponytail? You want to just gather the material to make a ponytail, but you want to bring it over to your left hand side. If you're right-handed, you want to bring that over towards your left shoulder. So you see how I have the material hanging over to my left shoulder? And what we're going to do is take those two ends, the two ends of that material, and you're just going to twist them. All I'm doing is making a twist. And you want to make it not tight, but tight enough to be secured on your head, okay? And all I'm doing, as you can see, ladies, is I'm just twisting the material around each other. Just making a nice twist, as you can see. Just making a twist. And because my scarf has those little fringes on it, when I'm almost at the end, I'm going to open up my material and wrap those little fringes. See these right here? I'm just going to wrap them in the middle so that they don't stick out when I make my crown. So now it ends up looking like that because I wrapped all the little fringes. See? So that's wrapped up. Once you get to this part, ladies, very simple. Lay it across your head. Look at that. So pretty. Lay it across your head, and then with the ends, you just tuck under the bottom. And I'm going to turn around so you can see what I'm doing. Literally just tuck those ends up under the bottom of your wrap. So it should look like this. There we go. Nice, pretty crown wrap. And with this one, ladies, some people can wear your crown forward like this if you would like, or you can wear it set back. I like mine kind of right in between, right there. This hairstyle, ladies, was worn by women in the African culture. They had high status. Ooh, that looks really good, Miss Cynthia. They had high status. Sometimes, and we're going to learn about that in a little bit when I read over the African history, the way that you wear your head wrap basically signified your position in your community. And this was one of the head wraps. The crown head wrap was one of the head wraps that women in Africa wore because they had high status, which means they were someone of importance in their community. So also hence the reason why it looks like a crown. So that's why it's called the crown head wrap. And it's really simple, really easy, ladies. And you see here with this particular crown, she used 3 different colors and 3 different wraps on hers. With this young lady, for hers, she used a softer material, and I'm going to show you all how that looks also. She used a softer material, so her wrap does not look as big or as full. On this one, this lady, she probably used the same kind of material that I did here. And on mine right here, I used this same scarf that we used earlier. And also here on this young lady, she used a longer, thicker type of material. And that's why hers look the way it does. Now, ladies, hers is a side crown, meaning that it doesn't go all the way over. She has hers on the side. And to create that side crown, all you do, ladies, is from this point, you just turn slightly, you pull it up towards the front, and then lay it. So now you created the side crown, and you do the same exact thing. You tuck it under the bottom and the back.
That is pretty.
And all I did was just turn it to the side. That's it. So now you have the side crown which is more like this one, the young lady with the black wrap on. So all I did, ladies, was just turn it more to the side and did the same thing. I just tucked it in under the bottom, in the back. That's it. And this one is called the side crown. And I like this one too. Another very elegant look for ladies. And we are going to go to our next one. Everybody, let me make sure. Let me take a break from this and I'm going to go and see if you all are practicing. Oh, you are. Look at that. That looks really nice. Oh, Miss Audrey, I like that. Look at you matching with your outfit. That looks really good. That looks really good, ladies. That looks really, really good. Okay. And let me go back to our...
My scarf was too short.
Yes, I see that. I see.
I just did what I could do with it.
That's right. That's what you have to do. You got to do what you got to do. You got to make it work. You got to make it work. And ladies, for this particular one, the best type of scarf to use is the rectangular scarf. A large scarf with more material is better. Trying to create this with a squared, softer material, it does not work because you run out of material to wrap around your hair. And this one looks really nice because it's a thicker type of material. Now, this material is also good to use for that type of style. Now, you see it's not as wide, but it is as long. So this one is not as wide as the pink one, but it's longer and it's the exact same process. It's just different material. So I want you to see how it would look with a different material. And this material, ladies, before I forget, is a stretchy, see? It's a stretchy material. And so it's gonna give a different type of look because of the material. So we wanna do the same thing. We're gonna get it on our forehead, right there on the forehead. And because this material is also see-through, it's a good thing to have on a black scarf up under a black stocking cap so that it won't look, so that you can't just see straight through to your hair. And we're gonna do the same exact process. I'm gonna put it on the side. I'm gonna take my two pieces and I'm gonna twist them around. And as you see, ladies, already there's a huge difference from this twist from when I used my other scarf. Look how big the twist is. So you see the difference in the material. The material gives the actual head wrap its look. And so if you're the type of person like me, I like big material, I like big hair, I like big looks, so I use thicker material. But this one is also very pretty too. So you would lay it across the same exact way with the softer material, and you would tuck it on the side in the back. And this one is really pretty also, ladies. Look at that. Different type of material. Now, here's the thing, ladies. With this type of material, it's a lot lighter. And also, because you can see through the material, it is a lot more breathable for your hair. So for instance, I have that stocking cap on under there, but of course, stocking cap has holes in it. So your hair is able to breathe under there. And also with this kind of wrap, because it is so thin and because it's also stretchable, your hair gets a lot more air. And also it's not as weighed on your head. So it's very light. It barely feels like anything is even on my head because the material is so light. But I like it. I like this one. So again, ladies, the material that you use matters when you're doing certain type of head wraps, okay? The next one we're gonna do is the side or back bun. This is another one that's one of my favorites, ladies, the side or the back bun. So again, we're gonna start with, because I want my bun to be big, I'm gonna start with a scarf that's rectangular, long and wide. and you start off with the same procedure as placing it on your forehead, okay? So for this one, we're gonna read the instructions. Use a square or rectangular shape head wrap depending on how big you want your bun. Place the edge of the scarf along your forehead, which is what we just did. Twist the two long ends together into a spiral. Wrap the spiral into a bun to form a side or back bun. Secure by tucking the loose ends into the folds. Okay, so very simple, ladies. Same process that we just did to do the crown. You put it on your hairline here. You gather the material in the back as if you're gonna put it in a ponytail. And with this one, instead of taking the two pieces and twist the two pieces together, with this one, I'm just gonna twist the material itself. I'm not separating it into two. I'm just taking just the material and making one big twist. And you wanna make sure that when you're twisting, the little ends of the material is wrapped so that it doesn't begin to stick out. So with this one, ladies, all we're doing is wrapping the material around, just twisting it around. And as you get almost halfway done, you want to begin to wrap. Let me turn this way so y'all can see what I'm doing. You want to begin to wrap that around. So you would create a base like this. And then you want to keep twisting as you wrap, and you're making what looks to be like a cinnamon roll type bun. And ladies, I'm doing this with no mirror. So I'm hoping that this is looking right. And you want to continue to just wrap all the way until the end. And then when you get to that very end, you just want to tuck it in. And now you have your back bun. It feels like it looks right. Does it look right? Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. So now you have your back bun. Very easy. And you may see a lot of women out in public with this particular style. It's one of the most popular head wraps because it's one of the most easiest head wraps. And again, this is a style that you can wear to the back, or because I don't have it tied too tight, I can do what Miss Cynthia has there. You can easily turn this to a side bun. Look at that. All I did was slide it over, ladies. All I did was slide it over. That's it. So really, really easy way to wrap your hair. And also with this hairstyle, anytime you have your hair wrapped up and you're not manipulating the hair, you're not putting any heat on your hair, and you are basically giving your hair a rest, that's called a protective hairstyle. So protective hairstyles basically give you time to not have to fix your hair all the time. And it also protects your hair to give it a rest from maybe heat or product, putting a lot of product so that you don't get buildup on it. You want to just make sure that every now and again, you wearing a protective style to make sure that you're giving your actual hair a rest. And doing head wraps is a great way to do that. Also, doing a head wrap is affordable because you can get these wraps from Walmart, you can get them from Target, you can get them from the beauty supply store, you can also order them online from like Amazon, and they're not very expensive. I think for this one right here, I think that I probably paid about $7 for it. And ladies, this is one of my favorite ones. I think I did get this from the beauty supply store, and I think it was only $5. The one that I have on my head, I did get this one from Target, and it was $9. It was a little bit more. It was $9. And I got this one, this African design one, I got this from the beauty supply store, and it was also $10. So they're not very expensive. It's an easy way to take care of your hair. And also you can wear wraps to bed at night. If you sleep on your side, you can put this bun on this side and you can sleep on this side so that you are not sleeping directly on your hair. So it's lots of things that you can do with head wraps to protect your hair, okay? So keep that in mind, ladies. And we have one more that we're gonna do. And then we're gonna talk about the history. Okay, so this one is called the top knot. Use a square or a rectangular shape. So with this one, if you don't want your bun in the top to be very, very big, then you can use a square head wrap. If you like yours big, as you can see from all these pictures of me, I like to wear mine big buns in the top. So I use lots of material. Use a square or rectangular shape head wrap, depending on how big you want your top knot to be. Place your head wrap behind your head at the nape of your head. Gather the ends to the top of your head. Twist the ends of the head wrap together. Take the twisted length and loop it around. Continue to twist as you loop around until the knot is completed. This one, ladies, is kind of very much so self-explanatory, and it's basically the back bun, but you putting it in the top. So it's the same. So I can either turn this around and put it all the way at the top, just like that. I didn't even have to take it down. And so that's the top knot, ladies. But I want to show you the process of how it happens. You want to take your scarf, your head wrap, and you're placing it at the back of the neck so that you have this. So you're trying to make sure that you get those ends that you're going to twist. Try to make sure you get those as even as you can. And your first thing you want to do is tie it in a knot. And mine is a lot of material, so I'm just gathering that together. Tie it in a knot, ladies, and then you want to start twisting just like we did before. You just making a twist. And remember, I said if you have the kind of wrap like I do, and the ends have that little fringe on it, right before you get to the end, you can find a piece of the material that's wide, and you open it up and wrap. All I'm doing, see those little fringes? I'm just wrapping them in. See there? Those are the little fringes, and I'm just taking a piece of the wrap and wrapping it around to cover up those fringes so that all of them are not hanging out. And then you do the same thing as we did in the back. You wrap it around and you wrap it around again. And then you always want to make sure that those pieces on the ends are twisted all the way to the end so that you can tuck it under. And that, ladies, is a top knot. As you can see, one of my favorite hairstyles, head wraps, is a top knot. And I love, as y'all can see on my pictures here, I love, this is one of my favorite scarves because I can use it for everything. Oh, that looks really neat, Miss Cynthia. That looks really neat. Let me stop so I can see. Let me stop share and go so I can see. Oh, very good. Very good. Oh, yes, Miss Audrey, I see yours too. That looks very nice. That looks very nice, ladies. And this is another very, very popular head wrap style. A lot of people wear this one, the crown, and the back bun. Those are the top 3 most popular head wraps that you might see people, like if you're out in the public, that you might see majority of people wearing. And it's because, one, ladies, it's the easiest. And also, it does last all day, and it's not tight on your hair. And also, the material that you can use to create this look is the square scarf and also the rectangular scarf. So I'll show you how one looks with the square scarf. Now you see with this one, your bun is really big. Now, if we use a square scarf to create that look, this is a square scarf, ladies. I would have to fold the square scarf into a triangle. So all I did was make a triangle out of the square. If you can see that, see? And I'm gonna take the long part of the triangle. So you would see the 3 parts hanging down. That's 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna take that long part and I'm gonna place it in the back of my head. So now I have that 3rd piece that's hanging right there in the front. So I'm gonna tie the 2 long pieces on the side, tie those together, and then for the top knot, lady, the only thing that I'm gonna do is grab that piece that was hanging down and then twist it with the other 2. That's it. And now, ma'am?
That's what I did.
That's what you did, yeah?
I have a square. My scarf is square.
Your scarf is a square,
and
right.
It wasn't long enough to do all the other things you were doing, but this is fine.
Yes, and it looks good too. It looks good. So all I did, and you see my little piece is still hanging out right there, ladies. I'm just gonna tuck that as I wrap. So you wrap it around again until you get to the end of it and you tuck it in.
Looks good.
Looks good, right?
Yeah.
It's nice, simple, it's easy. It's easy. And it does cover the whole entire head. And again, you can do this same process, ladies, with the bun in the back. Yeah. Because just always remember, with the square scarf, you just turn it into a triangle and you do it the same procedures from that point.
Okay.
Another way you can do a top knot with the square scarf, ladies, is once you get to this point, and this will be a good thing for you, Ms. Allen. If you get to this point, you tie it just like how we did those sophisticated knots. You know how we kept putting a knot. So this is another way you can do this. You can continue to knot these like this all the way to the end. And you see, I left this out, right? And I knotted the 2 long pieces, and all I'm doing is knotting them. And then once you get down to the end of it, you wrap it around and you tuck the end. Mm-hmm. And then watch this, ladies. You spread this open and go over it.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
And so now you've created what's called the turban.
That's something like what you have, Teresa, isn't it?
I got a side knot right here.
You got a side knot. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that looks good.
Yes, and so this is called the turban. Turban. Create this look with the square scarf.
Wow, that's neat. Yep. I
Pretty
like that.
Easy, right? Pretty nice and easy. It's all about knowing what the steps are and what to do, what shape of scarf to use, what material of scarf to use. That also makes a difference because it's a lot more difficult to create the turban look when you have the rectangular scarf. You can do it, but it's a lot bigger. You know, it just looks better with the square scarf because the square scarves usually come in this very soft, silky material. So it gives a certain type of look when you do the turban look. So this was really easy and it's very pretty because of the actual material that we're using. And that's what makes it look the way that it does, okay?
Okay.
All right, ladies. So that's another way that you do a top knot and turn into a turban. So now we're gonna go back, and I just wanna give y'all some information that I thought was important. Before we move on, did anybody have any questions, ladies? We have learned so many head wraps.
Exactly.
I'm just looking back. It's been 48 minutes and we have learned so many different types of head wraps. Before we go over the history of it, let's just take a look at what we did go over. We went over the top knot, which was this look, one of the most popular styles. And we went over the back bun, which is basically the top knot, but in the back. And here is more instruction on how to do that. We also went over the crown look, and we also went over the side crown look. So we learned different ways to do that one. And here's where we got an opportunity to do at least 4 different types of wraps, where we did the sophisticated knots, we did it going back, and we did it going to the front. We also did the twisted headband, and we did that going to the back and also going to the front on the side. And then, ladies, we also did the bow wrap. And from the bow wrap, we also learned that if you open up the flaps of the bow wrap and you tuck them into each other, that's called the flower wrap, okay? So we have learned several different, just because I'm interested. Okay, 1, 2, we learned 2 off of there. 3, 4 off of that one. Wait a minute, we learned 2 with the bow. And then 4, that's 6. And then 2 more with that, that's 8. And then the back and side bun, that's 9. And then the top knot, that's 10. Ladies, we learned today 10 different ways to wear a head wrap. Yes, Miss Carol.